Okay, so the author is pictured here in costume and makeup for True Grit. Now, as with all professional movie productions, you sign a non-disclosure agreement. Basically, this non-disclosure agreement states that you will not let anyone know that you're working on the film, that you're in the film. Any knowledge of the film by anyone outside of the film company is something they don't want. So they have everybody sign a non-disclosure agreement. And that may be why Texas Extras, Professional Film Workers Guide and Journal, or How to Get a Job in the Movie Biz, was authored by Whitehawk, which is this character here. Oops, right over there. Whitehawk. Whitehawk. And so the film company did not sign any agreement or non-disclosure agreement with Whitehawk. And so I hope you get my drift here. Yeah. In order to publish the book, which has like backstage photographs, behind the scenes photographs of many productions, each production having a non-disclosure agreement, this is how the author got around that whole thing with being able to tell anybody that he was in a film. Now, in most cases, people want some sort of bragging rights. Like I was in a film with Quentin Tarantino, for instance. You want bragging rights, especially if that film makes it big. Quentin Tarantino's wasn't that big, so anyway. So, the non-disclosure agreement, as it's happened in the past, none of the production companies have given the actor, the extra, a copy of these non-disclosure agreements. And I don't know how legal that is. If you sign a legal document, you should have a copy of it for yourself. And so that's one problem I see with the non-disclosure agreements. Another problem with the non-disclosure agreements is that they don't have any time limit. They don't say you can't disclose until after the film has been out in the public for 3 months, or doesn't have anything stating once you're not employed by the company anymore, once you're released by the film company. It doesn't state that. So there are problems with the non-disclosure agreement, and most of the time, the extras work under an AD, an assistant director. And most of the time, the assistant director will say, don't worry about it. Well, sometimes you worry about it, especially if you write a book about it, if you go on TV about it, if you appear somewhere in a public forum and talk about being an extra in certain films, say at a film festival, for instance. So, it's something that they should probably clear up. They should come up with a uniform guideline and work it out and see what happens. Okay, so pretty much non-disclosure agreements are okay up to a point. They need to give the extras a copy of the agreement, and they need to have some sort of time limitation on it. You can't have till the end of time as part of the stipulations, or indefinite time. That doesn't cut it. Eventually, somewhere along the line, somebody's going to say, yeah, I was in that film. And that's me up in that upper corner with the hat on. Yeah, that's me. The hat and the cigar, yeah. But anyway, so non-disclosure agreements have a little work that need to be done from the production side of it. As a extra on a film, ask the guy, can I have a copy of this? You know, anything you sign, you should be able to have a copy of anyway, if it's a legal and binding document. So just ask, can I get a copy of it? Is there a deadline on it? What would the deadline be? After the film has been out in theaters for a month or two? And, you know, you can write stuff on the master agreement and have the person presenting it to you initial the written in parts, and you initial the written in parts, and then, you know, you sign it and hand it in, you get your copy also. That would take care of everything. If you have certain things that you want added to it, say for instance, Whitehawk wanted to get on his non-disclosure agreement that he could write about it in future, you know, books in the series. That would be something he could add to it. Maybe not all the other extras would want that particular thing. And you just write it on the non-disclosure agreement in the bottom area, wherever there's room, and initial it, have whoever's brought this document to your attention, have them initial it, and then you both sign it. You get your copy. That should work. All right. So that's non-disclosure agreements.